Peter.
This is just the
Heads or tails?
this is tails. This is tails. So yeah, tails.
Hey Justin, great to be here with you today. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, we're talking on this side. So we're talking white.
Wonderful. Looking to take this tournament and lift the championship title. Two fantastic teams here for this tournament. Who I lost out in one pool game, but have performed very, very well. A big physical, the breakdown of jackal threats, and have been very direct in how they've scored their tries so far in this competition. We're going to play differently. The Lusitanos are a team who can score tries from all over the field. So between both teams, we should be in for a
It's a massive day on both sides, and in terms of the semi-final, LUSITANOS beat Tel Aviv Heat 40. In Black Line, they defeated the experience. We look at the start 15 for the Lusitanos. 12 out of the 15 starting players played for Appleton, who's also the Portugal. Their top try scorer is Rodrigo Mata with 5 tries. David Wallace then was excellent. Also 8 changes to the team that beat the Tel Aviv Heat in the semi-final a few weeks ago, and new players coming in, and actually first prop David Sosa scored 50 points and fly up Geronimo best fly off Portugal. We look at the men's side, 13 out of the 15 have all played for the Georgian national side. A captain by who's also the captain, or like Tomas Appleton is the captain of Portugal. I'd say it was deadly against the Airbnb. Top 50 and the Super Cup this year. 3 players, 6 of their game. Platzek, George Babanashvili, and their number 4, Noda Jayashvili. We look at the on Super Cup debut in that semi-final game Heat, and watch out for Pedro Lucas, the number 9. The 4 Georgian internationals on their bench. Watch out for Nico Apsiari, who's a player on the park at 36, and one of their deadly players, Midze, who's also a game changer. And Lusitanos, they haven't contested as such in terms that they have scored twice to 14 with an average scoreline of 42 points to 11. Games, Eastern Conference to the Black Line. They've had tougher games. They've lost one of their games, but perhaps they play. So that will be interesting, these two sides with they play the. But Adam, who do you think are favourites here? Who could be favourites?
Yes, I think it's a very tough one to call. The Lusitanos, having performed very, very well in this tournament, having scored a lot of tries, having at the top of their pool, 6 from 6, you would think would be the favourites into this game. But this black team, they really didn't play well against Penn.
Okay. Can you get the fella behind? Just so. Yeah, okay. White. Red. Take him back.
His own half, yeah. Line. Shuan.
Take him back.
Attack by Marta and Pinto looking to use the big.
Use it! Take him back! Inside, inside. Just hold it, we'll get you a gap. Yeah. So wide on me.
Feed for
Thanks.
Belu at scrum off, pops it to Prim. Belu once more. Belu. Some big collisions in centre field. Belu for Portela with the skip ball. Good play by the lock, Dwight Dorgal. Through to the right wing for LUSITANOS. So very tight out here in the opening 3 minutes in Lisbon. And some good handling. It's Antonio Prim. He's tackled by Dwight Dorgal. Looking to go wide, but then looking to exit. Georgi Babunashvili, the number 10. And he's been partially charged. And it's an opportunity here. Juan Belu. And that's some good play by the Black Line.
Yeah, very interesting start to the game. Both teams in that first minute and a half not wanting to play much. A little bit of kick tennis going on. Each of the teams trying to force the opposition into making a mistake by putting up those kicks and chasing hard. But a little bit of ascendancy there for the Lusitanos, and really good turnover there from the Black Line team, and as that pressure's building. So a really good spot to get that ball back, and they'll pick the ball up the field here and hopefully get themselves in a good position to launch and get into some phase play.
So it'll be a Black Line lineout. They won 13 out of 16 on their own ball against the Iberians. Shalva Mamukashvili with the feed, and he finds JHvili and Babunashvili, a little dink over the top. Topladze tries to get it. Mamatabrishvili, Khamaladze, yes, Todua, Alexandria Todua, and he's lost that one forward.
Yeah, it's the ball just coming loose in the tackle there, but lovely little play there from the Black Line. Very out there, you could say, with that first play from that launch. Little chip over the top and tap back and regathered, but just lost that ball in the contact there. Just a little knock on, so we're scrum to Lusitanos.
First scrum in the match. Remember what we spoke about before the game. Let's go.
Peter Martin, the referee, just laying down the law.
I'll go right here.
Having a word to Juan Belu, number 9 for Lusitanos. He has around 20 caps for Portugal. Lusitanos 6 out of 7 on their own ball against the Tel Aviv Heat in that semi-final. And Peter Martin is not happy with that one.
Yep, just collapsed scrum there. This is going to be a huge area of this game. We've seen in previous games the dominance of both scrums playing a big part in the game. So today's battle is going to be an intense one in this area. The Black Line team have a lot of experience in that front row, so we're going to be looking to get some change out of this area of the game today.
Juan Belu at the tap and go. This is where they're so dangerous, Lusitanos. It's Rodrigo Mata, the 5-try Euro. And there's space on the left here. Sozagec to Kudos Pintu. Sozagec has to play at scrum off for Portela. Good play by Belu. Just laying off the pass. And that's tremendous play by Noda JHvili, the big lock forward from Georgia, imposing himself physically on this Lusitanos side. Also started in all 6 games for the Black Line. Of course, the Black Line haven't played 7 games because one of the games were cancelled with NSI. Juan Belu back to Portela. And Alexandra Tudua, the 34-year-old, the second oldest member in this Black Lion squad, but he has close to 100 caps for Georgia. Played in the last 3 World Cups. And Black Lion back in their half as Peranidze to Babunashvili and Nunu Sozakec, 50 points in the Super Cup. Black Lion have done really well to get that turnover. Peranidze with the tactical boot, but he's overcooked that one.
Yeah, we can see already in this game the impact that the Black Lion have around the ruck. They're very, very good at turning the ball over and get themselves into strong positions over that ball. So this is typical of this team we've seen so far in this competition. Teams have struggled to keep hold of the ball at the ruck. They've got some fantastic tacklers. So the Lusitanos are going to have to up that speed to the ruck and be more accurate with the cleanouts if they want to keep hold of the ball.
So Nunu Mascarenhas with the feed. And Pelu with the take. And Appleton and Rafael Simunish with the carry. And it's a penalty to the Black Lion. It's some brilliant work by their forwards. They're good at the breakdown.
Yeah, we see it again. Just that speed to go over the ball there and lock in, and some really, really good play there. A strong position, making it very hard for the Lusitanos players to come in and clear out. You can see the Black Lion, they're just winning that race into the ruck. They're getting in there quicker, and when they're in that strong position, it's really, really hard to remove. So for the Lusitanos, they're going to have to get there quicker so that these players cannot get over and get in a strong position.
Well, the Black Lion have scored 11 tries from the roving maul, and 8 of them coming by the hooker Shalva Mamukashvili. And this will be danger for Lusitanos. And they get into these areas with a line out. And that's well taken by Jayashvili. And here comes this massive weapon for the Black Lion. And they've got a penalty as well, the free play. Peranidze at scrum off. Abuladze with the pick and go, the loose head prop. And that time, Ivanashvili playing at scrum off. They don't mind a pick and go. And there's the opening try of the final. Really top work by Black Lion, efficient and not messing around. Really good work. And it looks like the number 8, Luka Ivanashvili, just 20 years of age.
Ivanashvili has had a huge tournament so far. He has done a really good job there to just pick through the middle of the ruck. Often when you get close to the opposition try line, there's a little bit of space around there, and if you have your head up, you can break through and spot that. But that's very, very good play from the Black Lion team there, keeping the ball tight, getting some meters moving forward in that rolling maul, and then nothing fancy, just going round the corner. You know, some nice latches from the support players, just getting half a metre at a time, and then the opportunity opened up for Ivanashvili to just jump over the line. Really good awareness of space and an opportunity that's been well taken.
Babunashvili, no problem for the number 10. 66 points in the Super Cup this season. Top point scorer in the Super Cup as well. And it's a Black Lion 7, the Lusitanos 0 after 11.5 minutes.
Really interesting start to the game, typical of both teams. We can see the Lusitanos, they want to play. There was a bit of kicking at the start, but they're starting to feel each other out and are starting to build some more phases, but have struggled to build many phases due to the Black Lions' ability to get on that ball at the ruck. This is a huge part of their game, and the Lusitanos are going to want to get on top of that before they end up giving away too many penalties.
So Babunashvili will fly off with the clearance, and it's a good one as well.
Yep, some decent field position here for the Lusitanos. again, Black Lion want to get rid of that ball and play in the right areas of the field.
So Nuno Mascarenhas with the feed once more. And it's well taken. João Belu. Beautiful line by Rafael Simões with a delightful offload. Super stuff by the Lusitanos, and they're looking for the riposte. Beautiful skip pass. The good scramble defense by the Black Lion, but promising stuff, Adam, from the Lusitanos.
Huge tackle coming in there, but lovely play. Simões has just hit a lovely line there to break through, and as he's been tackled, flicked that offload out the back door just to keep that play alive. But this is typical of what we would see of the Lusitanos.
Relax. It was knocked on in the air by Red. Agreed.
They'll be breathing a sigh of relief, the Black Lion, with that line out.
Yeah, just a little knock on, I think, there in that line out. A great field position to be in. You know, the Black Lions' maul defence has been pretty good so far in this tournament, so it would have been interesting to see what the Lusitanos would have chosen to do there, whether they would have kept it tight and tried to maul against the Black Lion or move that wide, but a little knock on, so we'll go to the scrum.
Agora não, só se quando se eu fizesse isso.
Big shove from the Black Lion, and they get the result that they wanted. Peter Martin penalising the Lusitanos.
Lost fine under pressure.
That's that huge weapon for the Black Lion. As I've spoken about already so far, they've got some real experience in this forward pack. Shalva Mamakashvili at the heart of it as the hooker. He's a tough man. I played with Shalva 6 or 7 years ago at Glasgow Warriors, and he is a tough man. So this is as I say, it's going to be a huge part of this game, the scrum dominance and who can get on top of one another. And so far in this game, the Black Lion have showed some real dominance in this area. So they've kicked the ball up the field here, and they'll look to build some phases and shape off the back of this.
Time off. Time off. Both teams.
So Nuno saws a catch there in picture in that highlights.
Yeah, okay. Numbers?
So number 4 and number 5 for the Black Lion, Norda Jayashvili and Lasha Jayani, both 5 takes against the Iberians in that semi-final, and it's another good line-out for the Black Lion. Another impressive ball carrier. So Tengiz Peranidze goes on the short side, and he's found some room, but it's another handling error from the Black Lion, and it's play on, quick take, space on the left, it's Tomasz Appleton and Kodos Pintu, who scored that wonderful try against the Tel Aviv Heat in the semi-finals.
Yeah, just another handling error on the other side of the field there, but the Lusitanos looking to take advantage of that turnover attack play and move that ball wide. But they've just struggled to resource that ruck there, and good reaction for the Black Lion to get off that line and get the Lusitanos into touch. So really aggressive start, I think, from the Black Lions. They're certainly up for this game. You can see the way they're defending, the way they're putting pressure on the ruck, but I think in terms of just keeping hold of that ball, they're going to have to do a better job of securing that when carrying it.
Shalva Mamakashvili will feed. Played in the last 2 Rugby World Cups, also scored against Wales in the 2019 Rugby World Cup, but that was being poached. So that's a big win for the Lusitanos. And Rafael Simões had quite a lot of touches, the number 8. He usually plays that block, and that's good power. He's still going, remarkable work by Simões. Belu, Portela, and Appleton this time, the skipper. Belu goes on the short side. Switch pass from Geronimo Portela. looking for the response, the LUSITANOS. And Nuno Sozagec with a good line. Simones now still going. He's having an absolute cracker. Pops it to David Wallace. The open side flanker, Pelu. Here's a try for the right winger. It's Manuel Kodos Pinto. What a riposte for the Lusitanos.
What an impact the number 8 Simosh is having on this game so far. An amazing carry, probably gained 15-20 metres there in that carry. Some fantastic strength, which led to some quick ball, and then the Black Lion team just not able to defend because of the speed of the ruck. And Bellew getting on the end of that try there, a nice simple try, just too quick for the Black Lion to defend.
He's been such a dangerous player, also a dangerous player for Portugal. And in fact, when Portugal played Georgia back in February in that 25-all draw, Manuel Kodos Pinto also scored a try. So, Portela with the shot at goal to make it 7-all. He's unsuccessful this time, and there will be a 2-minute water break. But what an opening 20 minutes or so, yeah, Adam.
Yeah, it's been fantastic start to this game, and you know, both teams are playing as they typically would. We can see that the Lusitanos want to play, they want to get quick ball, they want to build phases, and they have some dangerous backs, and they know that if they can get that quick ball at the ruck, 2 seconds, 3 seconds rucks, they can be a really dangerous team. And the Black Lion, of course, they've just got that huge threat at the breakdown, so I think that's what's going to make this game so exciting, is that both teams are combating each other in such a great way. But yeah, I guess 1 try apiece, 20 minutes in. It's a very close game so far, so exciting stuff.
Also some top class stuff from both these sides. And that's another player who's back in the final, the fullback, Nuno Sozagec. Interesting to see that he isn't kicking today. It is Geronimo Portela. And then that lovely finish by Manuel Kodos Pinto. And one thing, Adam, that both these sides are going to have to watch is they were penalised quite heavy in their semi-finals. Lusitanos gave away 11 penalties and the Black Lion gave away 14 penalties.
Yeah, both teams are going to want to keep that penalty count number under 10 today. The more penalties that you're going to give away, is the more chance the opposition are going to kick the ball into the corner. And especially for the Black Lion team today, if they can get those kind of numbers in terms of penalties for them, they're just going to put that ball into the corner and they're going to maul, and it's a huge area of their game. So I'm sure the Lusitanos have talked about this, and you could see that they have been pretty disciplined so far in this game. Obviously at the start, kicking a lot and trying to play in the right areas of the field.
Simones again, the beast. Such a powerful player. Juan Pelu back to Sozagec, and then he finds Geronimo Portela. Opportunity for Babunashvili, and he gives it to Khamaladze. And that time it's completely miscued.
Yeah, poor kick there from Khamaladze. It's just come off the side of his boot there and went straight out. So we'll have a line out for the Lusitanos in reasonably good field position. The Black Lion are going to have to be a little bit more accurate than that and take their opportunities. If they're going to kick the ball high up in there, need to keep it in the field and get up and compete for it.
Over the top it goes, and that's scrappy stuff from the Lusitanos.
Yeah, both teams having had one failed line out so far, just before for the Black Lion team. The Lusitanos getting up well and stealing that ball, and just a little bit of an overthrow there for the Lusitanos. So both teams going to want to try and be as accurate as possible in this area today. It's just a great way to launch and attack. So going to have to tidy up a little bit.
Craig! Spain! Set!
So Peranidze with the feed, and that's another powerful scrum from the back line, and they've got a second scrum penalty as well. Top class work by the forward pack.
Yeah, you can see the way that Black Lion are really trying to attack in that scrum there. The flankers coming right up the side and pushing, putting a lot of pressure on those props. And already, you know, a couple of penalties in this area of the game so far. So this is what they do well. They win penalties at the set piece, and then they kick to the corner and go set piece again. Their scrum and their driving maul, massive weapons.
So an opportunity now for the Black Lion, just 2 points ahead after 21 minutes out here at Car Jamor in Lisbon. Mamukashvili with the feed, and Mamukashvili is at the back.
Down by weight, down by weight, down by weight, yeah.
Simunish trying to make a nuisance of himself. Slow ball, but Black Lion do have the penalty.
That was really good maul defence by the Lusitanos there. Very aggressive, fighting through, managed to get hold of Shalva Mamukashvili at the back with the ball. And luckily the Black Lion managed to play that away. But just a little infringement of the ruck there from the Lusitanos. It looked like the 9 got played. So again, really tough place to defend for the Lusitanos here. They're going to be under a bit of pressure to try and hold this driving maul out.
And the Lusitanos, well, it doesn't come more difficult than this, trying to defend a roving maul from the Black Lion. Mamukashvili once again with the feed for Rashak Jayani. And he's at the back, he's looking for his 9th try in the Super Cup. Mamukashvili, some good defense by Lusitanos, doing everything they can, and it's hold up. Brilliant by Lusitanos, and that's a big statement, Adam.
Yeah, big statement there. We can see Black Lion trying to break round the front there. It's a difficult place to maul at the front of the line out, but they managed to break that front right seam and come round and almost get over the line. But really some good work from the Lusitanos, some big effort from their players, not willing to let the Black Lion cross over that line. So they're going to have to show a lot of that today to hold out the Black Lion.
So Geronimo Portela for Lusitanos with the goal line dropout. Peranidze, Khamaladze, Ivanishvili, the number 8. Peranidze delivers. Good presentation by Black Lion, Babunashvili, and then Pataraya spoils the beans, and Lusitanos, they love a counter-attack. Belu, Portela, and Sozagech. Peter Martin calls advantage over. It's well fielded by the Black Lion. It's another quick line out. Sozagech and Geronimo Portela. Georgi Babunashvili, and that's not his best kick, so that's a massive net game for the Lusitanos.
The Black Lions just seem to be struggling to keep hold of that ball. They're at their best when they're at the set piece, that scrum and line out, but just trying to build phases there, just some mistakes, knock-ons, stripped in the carry. they're going to have to secure this ball a little bit better if they want to play some good rugby.
So Simunish, number 8 with the take. And now they're trying to give Black Lion a bit of their own medicine. And they've got the penalty as well.
It's really good to see the Lusitanos, as you say, giving the Black Lion a little taste of their own medicine, making some really good yards there in that line-out maul. Shows that they have got that up their sleeve, and again, it'll be interesting to see what they do here, but I think they'll kick into the corner and try and do the same again.
And also, Adam, this game's so spicy because when Georgia played Portugal in the Rugby Europe Championship in that 25 points all draw, Lusitanos had 9 players playing for Portugal, and the Black Lion also had 9 players playing for Georgia, and both coached by the same coaches and both captained by the same players. So much to play for here. It's not just a Europe Super Cup. There's more to it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure a lot of the players that are out there in the field today will be familiar with the opposition, having played before and having seen how both teams have performed throughout this competition. So it's only going to make for a better match-up and a better quality rugby game today. We've seen that already. We've seen a fantastic game so far, and 2 teams looking to attack very differently, but getting on top of one another in the respective areas of the game.
So Lusitanos take the lead at 8 points to 7. Nunu Sosakech with his 53rd points of the season puts Lusitanos in front. Babunashvili. Well taken by David Wallace. He was really good in that semi-final. And that ball has gone forward. And that's got to be frustrating for the Lusitanos after just going in front, coughing up the ball on their own 22.
Yeah, it's always frustrating when you have a good moment of play, a try or a penalty kick, and you get points, and you end up back in your half receiving the kick-off, and you kind of you guess you make an error. You want to just get that ball and get it further down the field and get out of that pressure zone, but just unable to execute that there, and that's a bit of a problem because we go back to this deadly scrum from the Black Lion.
An area where Lusitanos have been under pressure. They've given 2 scrum penalties away. And this time we'll have a reset.
When you come closer, keep it up, keep the bang tag. Okay?
Some good communication by referee Peter Martin. Black line for Georgian internationals on that bench. Able to make a big impact. There's the 3rd scrum penalty. They're starting to get a lot of parity on the Black Line.
It's the Lusitanos loose head there, David Costa, just collapsing that scrum there, just under a lot of pressure. So it looks like here the Black Lion going to go for goal, interestingly.
Number 1 takes his collapse. Guys, scrum, sort this out. Okay. Yeah.
And Adam, that might be because they were unsuccessful with that roving maul. And maybe just deciding Captain Mirab Sharakadze to have a shot at goal.
As that happens, and as the Lusitanos begin to defend the Black Lions maul and have success there, it will be interesting to see how they change their game plan. I think the Black Lion need to stick to what they're good at as well. If they have a couple of unsuccessful line-out mauls, I think they just have to keep knocking on that door, and I'm sure they have a few little trick plays up their sleeve that they've brought into this final game here, and they'll just be waiting for the right time to bring those out and launch against.
So Georgi Babunashvili to make it 2 from 2. He's dragged that one to the right. Taken by Manuel Kudos Pinto. Wearing the number 14 jumper, but playing on the left wing. So the score remains Lusitanos 8, Black Line 7, 10 minutes before half time.
Okay, sorry.
Gerald Taylor in today for Abkasish. There's also another promising Portuguese flyer who actually has 8 assists in the Super Cup this year. Khamaladze with the signal. Sozagec. It's a good take by the fullback. Juan Pelu. That scrum off in today for Pedro Lucas. No doubt we'll be seeing him in the second half. Botella sends it downtown. Babunashvili, Khamaladze once more, and Todua, Alexandra Todua with the switch ball. Beautiful stuff by the Black Line. Sharikadze, Peranidze. Good skills by the prop forward in centre field. Babunashvili, and here's Demur Tabladze. Just 22 years of age with a lot of experience already. It's Peranidze with the delivery. Lusitanos get the penalty, and that was much needed.
That was some really good play by the Black Line team, beginning to move that ball around a little bit more and attacking with some real conviction, but just going off their feet there at that ruck. You know, it's very fortunate, I think, for the Lusitanos there. Black Line, just you can see here, just falling off their feet and sealing off that ball. And the referee will want the players to stay on their feet and keep it safe there.
So Nuno Mascarenhas will throw. It's opportunity for the Lusitanos. It's well dismantled by the Black Line. Juan Pelu for Botella for Tomas Appleton. And he's created some room here to the inside centre. Lays it back for Juan Pelu. And then it's coughed up by Martin Pelu.
Just a little bit inaccurate there with that pass. Trying to go across the face of 2 players to the outside player running hard. But just a little bit too far in front. But the knock-on scrum to Black Lion.
And the conditions out there, 27 degrees. Very, very hot out there at the moment. We just see Antonio Prim for the Lusitanos, the tight head prop. Adam, he's just 19 years of age and he's coming up against a very experienced Black Line front row.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a big challenge for him. Some of these big Georgian props are some of the best in the world. We see them playing all over the world. A lot of players, Georgian players, played in France and Europe, and you know, they're going to bring a huge amount of experience to the scrum here and the set piece today. And you can see that real sort of blue collar attitude that they have in their game of just wanting to beat teams up and get that goal forward. So it is going to be a challenge, but you know, it's early on still in this game, and as fatigue begins to kick in and both teams get a little bit tired, you've seen it many times before, but the tide can begin to turn, change, and the momentum can change. But certainly so far in this game, the Black Lion have shown some really good dominance in the scrum.
And it's another penalty to the Black Line. It looks like Antonio Prim is the guilty party. for the Lusitanos.
We had 4 penalties in the scrum, okay, in the first half. We had 2 by number 3, 2 by this player. We need to see a change behaviour, okay? Yeah. Okay, for me, three under pressure twice and not to fine, and he's collapsed the scrum on his feet. I need to change behaviour.
It's just one of these areas of the game that, you know, often props, loose heads, tight heads, and even hookers sometimes, you know, it takes to 24, 25 years old until they get to that level where they're ready to step up to, you know, the bigger level of rugby or the higher level of rugby, professional, international. It just takes a long time to learn that craft. And so, as such a young man, it can be tough in there. But often what you see is some of these younger props, they've got fantastic skills around the field. They've got a really good skill set and understand rugby, but just getting that scrum up to speed can sometimes take a little bit of time.
Good line up black line, and here's the captain, Sharikadze. Smith well in the tackle by Tumash Appleton. Captain on captain.
No, you threw it in them. No.
And it's play on here for the black line. It's an uncharacteristic error from Kamaladze, but it is play on. So recovered well. I think Geese Peronidze at the base, but it is another penalty to the black line.
Yeah, it's not rolling away in there. So once those tackles are made, players need to remove themselves from that ruck and get out the road so that that ball can be played. Just a little bit of a cheap penalty there. Just need to make a bigger effort to get out of there. And the Black Lion will kick deep into the Lusitanos half here and have an opportunity to build some attack.
See the black line just taking their time, maybe not used to these conditions. Shalva Mamukashvili, and up goes Jayani, the number 5. And here comes that devastating rolling maul with Shalva Mamukashvili at the back.
Split, maul split, the maul is split.
And Lusitanos, some fantastic work by the forward pack. And you've got to applaud that work by Lusitanos.
Yeah, that's fantastic work there by the Lusitanos. You can see their Black Lion still ascending and going forward in that maul, but some really good play to break through it. As you can hear the referee, they come through the middle of that maul, so they're allowed to just lock onto that ball and stop it from being played. And you know, it's interesting because as this game goes on, you can see the Black Lion want to go to that maul, but maybe there's a little bit of doubt, a little bit of hesitancy in their heads now after the held up try and turning that over as well there. So that could play a part as we move on in this game. You know, we know it's a weapon for them and they're going to want to go to it, but if the Lusitanos can defend this area well, they're going to start to second guess themselves and might look to go to other areas to gain ascendancy.
Well, let's see if Lusitanos have sorted out their scrum.
Set. Too much pressure.
And they'll take that free kick. Juan Pelu for Portela, who looks for some grass. And that's gone a little bit too far. It was almost perfect, Adam. Just a metre or two there.
Yeah, that was very unlucky. The ball's just bounced the wrong side of that flag there. Almost a perfect kick and would have been a fantastic game.
So that is half time out here in Lisbon. Lusitanos 8, Black Line 7. And the Black Line opening the accounts through their number 8, the 20-year-old Luka Ivanashvili, and then Lusitanos responding with a try from Manuel Kudos Pinto. And then also a penalty from Nuno Sousa Guedes. Thoughts, Adam?
Really close first half. You know, interestingly, as the game opened, both teams start really reserved and didn't want to play much. A little bit of kick tennis going on. And as we sort of settled into the game there, we could see the Lusitanos, they want to attack, they want to play, they want to get their dangerous backs on the ball and build that quick, safe rugby. And when they do that, they're very, very dangerous. But they go back.
So 8 points to 7 in favour of the Lusitanos, the Portuguese side, over the Black Lion, the Georgian side. A try apiece in a glorious setting here in Lisbon at Car Jamor, which is a high performance sports complex, and it will be the venue for the first champion of the Rugby Europe Super Cup. A very good turnout here at the Car Jamor. And it's a beautiful day out, about 27 degrees. And Adam, a big 40 minutes to come, and we know from both these sides that they leave their performances to the second half.
Absolutely, a very tight game, a huge 40 minutes. Both teams got so much to play for and are going to want to come out and gain ascendancy essentially in the first couple of minutes of this game, because, you know, as the momentum starts to fall in favour of one team, they're most likely, 40 minutes is not a long amount of time to play, they're going to stick with that and have a massive advantage. So the first 10 minutes of this second half is going to be huge.
Just in picture the captain Tomas Appleton with his winger Diogo Rodrigues, the Sevens international, just 20 years of age. So Lusitanos on the park, Geronimo Portela, the number 10 today, and also Nuno Sousa Guedes, the fullback. Both alterations for the Lusitanos. And that's what's been one of the interesting things about Lusitanos, is they've dominated virtually all the games that they've played. They've been the clear favourites with that tries for 42 and 11 tries against, but they've been able to change their squad all the time. And if you go back to the semi-final against Tel Aviv, they've got 8 changes this week for this final. Black Line being led onto the park now by the skipper Sharikadze.
Yeah, you know, they will have probably not been in this situation, Lusitanos, too many times throughout this tournament, where coming back out at half time, the game has been close and it could go either way. So it will be interesting to see how they react to this. You know, the pressure is on them slightly as the favourites. Black Lion know that if they can get certain areas of their game right, they can be extremely dominant, and Lusitanos have managed to stop that so far, so they'll be looking to continue that into the second half, but also play some rugby and get some more tries on the scoreboard.
Nuno Sousa Guedes, around 30 international caps for Portugal. So we're almost set to go for the second half. We're waiting for referee Peter Martin, who's checking with his assistant referees Johnny Erskine and Henry Richmond. Geronimo Portela gets the second half underway, and it's taken by Lasha Jayani.
Use it!
Tengiz Peranidze at the base. He looks to use the caterpillar ruck. Deep kick taken by Sousa Guedes.
Stay! Onside.
Khamaladze.
No!
So a little bit of kick tennis. And it's taken by Nuno Sousa Guedes.
Stop, red. Onside now.
No team wanting to make a mistake. Tadua lays it back for Georgi Babunashvili. And that is a mammoth punt. What a kick that was by the Black Lion, number 10.
Yeah, pretty much an identical start to the second half as we saw in the first half. Both teams not wanting to make any mistakes and be the first to make an error. But that's a huge kick there. And the interesting to see that they've got line out here to Lusitanos, but playing out of their own half.
Belu for Appleton and Pikal this time. The number 6.
Outside.
Juan Belu back to Geronimo Portela.
Good work.
Khamaladze, the fullback, taking contact, tackled by Kudos Pinto. Sharikadze, the captain.
Use it.
Black line looking relaxed, going through the phases. Babunashvili, delayed pass to Tepladze. This time Nika Abuladze. Some staunch defense by LUSITANOS. Giving away no meters. Mamukashvili, Babunashvili, Demur Tepladze with a wonderful offload to Khamaladze.
Release!
And it's play on. Tengiz Peranidze for Mamukashvili. Georgi Babunashvili. That was a good ball to Sandro Mamamtabrishvili. Peranidze. So how long can LUSITANOS hang on here? Black line with plenty of phases, but they're not really going anywhere.
Take him back.
Babunashvili, and it's been charged down. So really good defense by the LUSITANOS. Yes, Akaki Tabozatse. And a penalty to the LUSITANOS. Sensational work. That's a big win.
Holding on.
Huge gain there from the Lusitanos. We've seen them defend there for multiple phases, and I'd probably take a 20-metre gain. Really, really aggressive defence, getting off the line, making double tackles. The momentum here is definitely in favour of the Lusitanos here in the first few minutes of this second half.
Post. Okay. Time's off as well. Guys, that's really good work off the kicks. Listen to me. Keep that up.
So they will have a shot at goal, the LUSITANOS. And this will be concerning. It's David Wallace who is down for the LUSITANOS.
Post goal.
He's one of the form players in Portugal.
Time's off anyway.
The 25-year-old.
Yeah, time's off.
Peter Martin,
Thanks.
the referee today, calling time off. Safety first. And that bench of the Black Line. There was a late replacement actually today. Luka Matkaba,
Time back
who
on.
came on to the bench. So time is back on. And it will be Nunu Sozagec.
No thanks, it's yours.
Also 4 assists, 4 try assists in the Super Cup this year. He's been such a dangerous player. Also scored a try against the Iberians in round 1. So, Nunu Sozagec to make it a 4-point ball game out here in Lisbon. And he makes no mistake, the fullback Nunu Sozagec with the penalty. It's LUSITANOS 11, Black Line 7, about 45 minutes gone.
Lovely kick from Gedge there to make that lead 4 points. Very, very good defence. That we have to work hard to get that penalty, and Black Lion probably running out of options to attack. You know, they were being very direct, and LUSITANOS returned that with some big physicality.
Pressure on Diogo Rodrigues. Belu Scrum off. Some pressure from the black line.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Sozagec with the clearance. Lasha Khamaladze taking contact. Needs to be careful. He's not isolated by David Wallace.
Leave it, Red! Leave it, Red! He released.
Peranidze for Alexandra Todua. 2 tries in the Super Cup this year for the 34-year-old. And it's play on. Sozagec. Tomas Appleton. Space on the left for Rodrigo Mata. And here's Kudos Pintu. Back to Rodrigo Mata. Juan Belu. Into the 22. And this is what they can do, the Lusitanos. They can hurt you bad if you give them space. Acres of room. Simunish. And here is Rodriguez. He's virtually under so much pressure a few seconds ago, finding himself in the black line 22. And they've got the free play as well. And Tomas Appleton, uncharacteristic error. So there was no free play, it's just a knock-on.
That's very unfortunate there. Almost looked like for a second there he tried to knock that on because he thought he had the free play, but was just taking his eye off the ball and was knocking that ball on there. But some great play, some good speed, great counter attack from the backfield. Some really good speed down the wing and a lovely offload back inside. Some good play by the Lusitanos, looking very threatening.
It's a placement for black line. Nico Absiori is on the park in the number 20 jersey. He actually scored the opening try of their semi-final against the Iberians. So, big scrum here for the black line. And this is a part of the game where they got a few penalties in the first half.
Bang! Set.
And this time, well, it looked like the penalty was almost going to Lusitanos. Peter Martin is calling captain Tomas Appleton, and someone is going to go to the bin here.
That's no 5 penalty to scrum. The tight has clutched the scrum. It's a yellow card.
So unfortunate for Antonio Prim, the 19-year-old.
Yeah, this is an area of the game where the Black Lion, having probably not started half as well as they would wanted, they can use the scrum to bring themselves back into the game here. That's exactly what they've just done. Huge advantage for the next 10 minutes here. With the Lusitanos bringing the man down.
So Antonio Prim will be off for 10 minutes, and that's going to be costly in this final, especially in these hot conditions. Scorcher of a day out in Lisbon. Tengiz Peranidze, Babunashvili, and there's the pass for Sharikadze and the outside centre Demur Tepladze.
Leave it.
Babunashvili, Sharikadze, Ivanishvili, number 8 and try scorer for the Black Lion. Still plenty of time in this fixture for the Black Lion to impose themselves. Just 4 points behind. Khamaladze still going. Nakaki Abutatse. Good play by Tabuzadze. Babunashvili, Sharikadze. And that was a crucial block by Geronimo Botella. So much space and so many players on the left for the Black Lion. Bataille on the field for Black Lion in the number 18 jumper. Absiori. Peranidze for Georgi Bataille. Peranidze, Babunashvili to Shova Mamukashvili. Some good play. It's looking promising. And then Sharekadze with the knock on. And the pressure's starting to mount.
You can see Lusitanos there, and you can also hear the crowd getting really fired up after a long phase of defence there. A little bit of space opened up on that short side for Black Lion, but huge passage by Lusitanos to pick that ball up. Real nice big collision, double tackle, finishing on top of that attacker there. Really, really good defence. They're playing very well with the here in the second half. Although they maybe haven't scored a lot of points in the first 10 minutes, they've done certain things so far that have led to them, I think, really getting on top of Black Lion here. You can sense Black Lion are a little bit flat here after 10 minutes.
And Nicholas Khaitiashvili also on the park in the number 17 jumper for the Black Lion, the Georgian international. And also an ex-Sunwolf for the Sunwolves, who used to play in Super Rugby a few years ago. And he's also played Major League Rugby as well, for the number 17. And coming from the field there is Martin Belu, the 21-year-old, and the veteran, the oldest player in the Lusitanos side, Juan Matios, at 31 years of age, the Portuguese international, is on the field. So one try this season in round 3 against Delta.
Okay. Both knee drops. Okay, I want you legal, steady for the ball then.
One gets the feeling that the replacements will have a massive impact on this final in these conditions out here at Kajamo in Lisbon. And look at the number 11, Diogo Rodrigues, getting involved in the scrum.
Set.
Here comes the power from the back line. It's almost impossible to stop. And Peter Martin gives the penalty. Decision time for Mirab Sharekadze, the Georgian skipper.
Huge push in the scrum there by Black Lion. Again, the scrum, really, they have the ability for this to bring them back into the game. You could see a previous mistake by them, and then we go to the scrum and things are turned around very quickly, and here we have Black Lion in a really good position. I think we're going to see them having a go at the driving ball again.
So 11 tries from the Rolling Maul, the Black Lion, in 6 games. 8 tries coming from Mamukashvili through the same process. They're looking for the lead. It's an overthrow and it's taken by Juan Matios, and it's another uncharacteristic error from the Black Lion, and it's costing them big time, Adam.
Yeah, that's a costly mistake there. See, just that overthrow, and the Lusitanos getting up and putting some really good pressure into the air, which is going to make it difficult for Mamukashvili to get that through accurate. So fair play to Lusitanos for getting there and causing a little bit of problem for the Hookers to hit
So Peronidze with the feed, and here comes the big shove, and Lusitanos need to be careful. They've given away another penalty. Sharekadze, the captain. Peronidze, and the Black Lion hit back. What a score by the number 9, his 3rd try in the Super Cup this year.
Fantastically taken opportunity there. They managed to get that quick rock, which just opened up a little bit of space at the side of the rock, and Peronidze darting over for a fantastic try. Really well taken opportunity. The Black Lion needed to come away from that opportunity with points for them to score a try like that in a really good position to the left hand side of the post is going to be huge.
And that was some depth skill there as well, Adam. That a little bit of a dummy there.
No, I've got my own, thanks. I've got my own.
Fantastic, just really experienced play, just to know that potentially there was a little bit of space there at the side of the ruck, and just to throw that little dummy, that defender went out and just darting over the line, jotting the ball down. Really nice play from Peranidze.
So Georgi Babunashvili makes it 11 points, or a 3-point ball game. It's Black Lion 14, LUSITANOS 11. LUSITANOS also have a yellow card for another 4 minutes. And they were clinical that time, recovered from their mistake at the lineouts. And 26 minutes to go. So Black Lion with 2 tries in this game so far through Luka Ivanishvili and Tengiz Peranidze. LUSITANOS just with Manuel Kuros Pinchu. Khamaladze. That is one hoof of a boot. And his opposite number, Nunu Sozagec, kicks it downtown. Khamaladze once more. And a miscue from the fullback.
That's a couple of high balls that have come for Black Lion, but it's just been a little bit inaccurate, and he went out in the field. You know, it's really tough, and they're going to have to keep this ball in play and play in the right areas of the field, because we know that the set is on that. There's too much rugby in their half, and he's susceptible to Lusitanos scoring some tries and building pressure.
Mascarenhas with the feed for David Wallace, Belu, Botella, Appleton, and Rodriguez and Sozagec. And Rodrigo Mata. 5 tries in the Super Cup this year. He's under pressure. Wing is his usual position, the outside centre. And some brilliant play by the number 8, Simuinish. And luckily for the LUSITANOS, they do, or it looks like there were 2 knock-ons there, but some promising play.
Some great play there, some fast passing, some speed coming onto the ball. Simuinish with that hard line, just maybe forcing that pass a little bit there. You know, potentially thinking that if he got that away, that would lead to the try, but yeah, just a little bit inaccurate. But you can see the LUSITANOS, when they get that ball in hand and they start attacking, they're very dangerous.
So it is a Black Lion scrum. Tengiz Peranidze. And LUSITANOS lucky that they did not give away another penalty. So Prim is being replaced. He's off the park.
But you need to stay straight too. You need to stay in the fight.
So David Costa, Nunu Mascarenhas and Juan Matios, the front row of LUSITANOS. They've got a big job here against this Georgian front row.
Craig! Bang! Set!
Penalty once more for the Black Lion. They're just so powerful and so ruthless.
Red claps.
And smart as well, Adam.
Yeah, another great scrum. The LUSITANOS are really going to want to try and mitigate knocking on this ball, because whenever that ball goes to the scrum, the Black Lion are really dominant in this area of the game. And it's really, I think, what's keeping them in the game. You can see the importance of it and how it's leading to good field position for them, and then they're able to score tries off the back of it. If it wasn't for the scrum, then I think they would probably not have got too much football to this. But when they have attack, they have to make them see the play, but they keep hold of it. But the scrum's really keeping them in this game today.
It's a Black Lion line out. Peranidze, Sharikadze. Come on the short side, it's a loose pass. It's picked up by Lasha Kamaladze. So 2 tries so far in this fixture. Georgi Babunashvili. And this time it is unsuccessful, but not a bad option there, Adam.
Yeah, interesting option, you know. I think in a good position to attempt that, but I think they're probably not feeling Black Lion too confident in some of the face play that they've been building today. So, yeah, I would agree, not a bad option. If you can get 3 points out of that, then you know, you're extending that lead even more.
Well, he did struck that one well. So, here come the Black Lion, Georgi Babunashvili. Really good take by Nuno Sozagec, the Portuguese international. And Kudos Pinto playing at fly-off that time. Belu looking for a support runner, finds David Wallace. And it's a turnover here for the Black Lion. Tengiz Peranidze. It's really been a savage for the Black Lion. Complete nuisance. Good pop pass by Khatiashvili. And they've got the penalty
20,
as well.
Number 20, please.
LUSITANOS need to watch out for their discipline.
Really unfortunate position to get away.
Yeah, that was clearly a no-arms tackle. You have to be careful. Agreed.
Almost set to take this goal.
No-arms tackle by number 20, Red.
Extend the reach here.
Post, is it? Yeah, post call.
Was Manuel Lima, who was penalised for the no-arms tackle. Ex-Portuguese under 20. And Georgi Babunashvili will attempt to add the extra 3.
Water break now.
So far, 2 out of 3 with these attempts today. 2 out of 2 conversions and missed the penalty. Converts with certainty, so it's the Black Lion 17, LUSITANOS 11. And Adam, it's been an impressive second half by the Black Lion, trailing at the break, but now in the driver's seat.
Yep, it has been. They've clawed their way back into this game here. I think a lot of momentum early on in the second half was actually with Lusitanos, and Black Lions seemed to be a little bit flat and be on the receiving end of all the ascendancy. But the scrums really brought them back into the game. They've managed to get 2 or 3 key scrum penalties here that's led to them playing in good field position, and you know they've kept hold of that ball, and what's come off the back of that is a couple of penalties that have been in open field play, and as I've seen, just kicked over 3 points there, which is massive for them. So they're in a really good position leading into the last 20 minutes of this game. They're going to have to defend well. They're going to have to hope that there's as many scrums as possible so that they can continue working their way down that field.
And Shalva Mamukashvili doing what he can in these conditions. Really hot out in Lisbon, but that's got to be the most majestic beard in world rugby, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely been growing that for a long time. I can remember when I played with him at Glasgow, he didn't have any beard. So he's obviously added this to his looks over the last few years, but I like it.
Pardon?
He's certainly bringing the impact to the game and leading from the front when it comes to the set piece and especially the scrum.
Okay. Okay, Red? No?
So Jason Cornelius coming onto the park along with Antonio Hindrad, number 17 and number 19 respectively. Jason Cornelius scored a try on his Super Cup debut in the semi-final against the Tel Avivites from South Africa. Good pressure on Peronidze, but LUSITANOS had given away a penalty.
Yeah, just tackling in the air there.
He
You
was
see
in the
that?
air and
It was a nice
he
slap back,
just
but that ball bounced pretty high back up into the air. So the Black Lion jump up and try and grab that there. Again, just being tackled in the air, so that'll be a penalty, and they'll move themselves up the field here and try and get out of their own half. Where, you know, obviously if things go wrong, you end up bringing the opposition back into the game. So both of these teams, when we get into the last 20 minutes here, are going to want to play the game in the right area of the field.
See in the scrums at the advantage.
Georgi Babunashvili looking for touch, and it's a healthy return for the Black Lion. So they have the ascendancy here, the Black Lion in Lisbon. Shova Mamukashvili. So what can they produce here? The Black Lion, Peronidze, Sarikadze. With a lovely pop ball, the skipper. Pataya, the prop forward. Cornelius trying to get over the ball. And Jason Cornelius, fantastic work.
Holding on.
That was a great launch from Black Lion there. Really win the ball at the back of the line out of the tail, and then a fantastic attacking play. But Cornelius doing a really good job there for that ball. Black Lion are going to have to try and move those threats. I've seen a massive amount of threat from Lusitanos at the breakdown, but that's come at a really timely point in the game where they've managed to get themselves back into Black Lion's half now.
Time off. Time off.
Pedro Lucas also on the field for Lusitanos. And Jason Cornelius, player who got the turnover, got the penalty, will have the feed. Mamukashvili is coming off. Sensational take by David Wallace. It's a really good platform here for the Lusitanos. It's Cornelius.
Leave it now, leave it, you're off your feet. Leave it, he was on his feet.
Lucas, Portela, Appleton, and Marta for Sozagesh, and Diogo Rodrigues. Lucas, Simones, and Echoshadu. And Kudos Pinto and Marta looking for an opening. Prim is back on the field. The tight end prop. Slow ball for Lusitanos, and they've lost a lot of meters. Manuel Pical putting his head down.
No. Ball's up.
Got a penalty. The tap and go by Lucas. There's the yellow card coming out for Georgi Pataya, the 25-year-old, with 15 minutes left in Lisbon.
Not back 10.
Yeah, that's going to be a sore one and could potentially be very costly. Just a lack of discipline there. Obviously, quick tap, and Pataya just went to tackle and fell back 10 metres. That could really hurt the team.
Perfect.
For the Black Lions' sake, it doesn't have too big of an impact on the game.
So Nunu Sozakech. Will have a penalty attempt, his third of the afternoon.
We'll play.
There's still 14 minutes left, and Georgi Pataya spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. So this is to make it a 3-point ball game.
Make sure we have the matrix ready if we need it. Make sure we have the matrix ready if we need it.
Easy as you like by the fullback Nunu Sozakech. It's a Black Lion 17, Lusitanos 14, 13 minutes left.
Really good composure there from Gedge to knock that over. It wasn't by any means an easy kick, relatively far out, but really good composed kick. And you know, you can see here he's telling his teammates to just calm down and stay composed and get themselves out of this, their own half.
Babonashvili. And once again, it's a really good kick onto Diogo Rodrigues. Pedro Lucas. Jason Cornelius with the carry. Sozagech to Tomas Appleton, the captain. And Lusitanos, they need an effective exit here. Echushadu pops it to Manuel Pical. And it's been stolen. And here come the Black Lion, Jaiani, looking for their third try. And potentially the decisive one. It's a pick and go by Khatiashvili. Ivanashvili. And can you believe it? Ivanashvili spilling the ball with the try line in sight. And Lusitanos out of the woods. But here comes the replacement player, Matkaba. He wasn't supposed to even feature in this game. A late replacement on the bench.
Use it! Stay upright!
So Samtaradze with the assistance. It's a powerful carry up the center of the field. Tengiz Peranidze back on the inside. Ivanashvili for Mikhail Babunashvili.
Use it!
Tengiz Peranidze
No, leave it like that!
finds a support runner. So soaking up a lot of time here, the Black Lion. It's Samtaradze.
Away, Red!
And Lusitanos, well, they need to keep their discipline, and they haven't done that. It's a penalty to the Black Lion. Georgi Babonashvili with the little grubber through, and we'll come back for the penalty. So good composure by the Black Lion, Adam.
Number 20.
A really long phase of play there. That was a good 2 or 3 minutes, and you know, I think the Lusitanos, first of all, you know, tried to play out from 5 metres away from their own try line, which is a very risky tactic. And
I know it's coming in the game, but you need to roll away, okay? You can't get lazy.
Fortunate, quick pick that he tried to do to up some of it.
You can't get lazy around the breakdown, okay? We need to roll away. That penalty over there. You need to get that. Same as them here. Yep.
And it's back and build some pressure. And it's resulted in a penalty, so you would like to think this one's going to go for and they're going to stretch that lead out even more.
So Georgi Babonashvili Played in all 7 games for the Black Lion. Started in all 7. Georgian international, ex-Georgian under 20. And he's dragged that one. So LUSITANOS still very much in this game. At 17 points to 14. Just 8 minutes left before we have a first ever Rugby Europe Super Cup champion.
Tom's okay? Tom's okay? Okay, I've lost you.
Geronimo Botella. Georgi Babunashvili. And here's Luka Ivanishvili. Tremendous work by the number 8. Tengiz Peronidze, and it's play on. But then Peter Martin gets the call from his officials, and it'll be a LUSITANOS scrum.
Great carry from Ivanishvili there, but just a little error coming in there, and you know these errors are crucial at this point in the game. You know, we're seeing a few creep in from both teams now. You can see that pressure is really starting to build and both teams feeling it. Typical final style here of rugby where it's close, you know, there's not been a lot of tries scored. But, you know,
9 on the step. Not sure their time. Diego, how long we got in the end? Let's go. Yeah, I'll check them out. Let's go. Okay, stay straight.
Well, LUSITANOS, they haven't had a good day at the office at scrum time, and they need to get this ball out. And if they've got any hope in sealing a victory on their home turf.
Bang! Set.
Pedro Lucas, quick delivery. And Tomas Appleton, the captain, with some good distribution skills. And here's Manuel Lima, lays it back, pressure on Lucas, but he has scored 5 tries in the Super Cup and he makes some good meters as well. But that is a massive turnover by the Black Lion. Luka Ivanishvili with the steal. And it is a line out for the LUSITANOS, but top class work by the number 8, Luka Ivanishvili.
Yeah,
yeah, that was a fantastic bit of play there. They need the ball back as LUSITANOS started to make their way up the field there. You know, you just want to try and keep the ball out of your half as much as you can at this point in the game. And Ivanishvili just got in a really good position there, took the space, picked up the ball, turned the ball over. So, really good play. He's had a good game today.
What's on the L, Diego?
And Tengiz Peronidze, well, he's been one of the standout players today. The number 9 scored a really important try, and he's been an absolute nuisance. 5 minutes left out here in Lisbon. It's a scrappy line out, and the pressure firmly on the home side. Jason Cornelius with the carry, support by David Wallace. And Manuel Pical with the offload.
Yep, seems good.
For Juan Mateos.
Leave it.
Pedro Lucas. And Hindrad for Cornelius. And Manuel Lima. So they need to go about 60 meters here, the LUSITANOS. It's Tomas Appleton. And he's looking for options. He needs support.
Ball's out.
Pedro Lucas back on the inside to the try scorer, the only try scorer for the LUSITANOS, Firas Pinto, and they've given away the penalty.
10 red.
Yeah.
It was
Stealing off.
sealing that ball off there.
10 red.
You could see it's before and it's Black Lion not going to go on. So this is a great field position for Black Lion. Going to take this opportunity, I think.
Obviously, having missed the last one, stretch that lead out.
What's the call, Captain?
Nika Pataraya coming off the park. The big tight head prop, the 31-year-old. Massive shift.
Okay.
Here's an opportunity now for the Black Lion to put the result beyond doubt and win the first ever Rugby Europe Super Cup. It's Khamadadze, he's been solid today. The lineouts hasn't been firing, but this time they get it right. Sam Taradze is at the back in the number 16 jumper. Georgi Begadze, the veteran, is on the park at scrum off. The 36-year-old. What a player to bring on, with around 70 caps for Georgia. So the Black Lion, the cup is in the palm of their hands. They're right where they want to be in the LUSITANOS 22. And a try will almost certainly mean that they will win the first Rugby Europe Super Cup. LUSITANOS with the poach, and they've got the penalty as well. So it's not over yet, Adam. There's still an opportunity for the LUSITANOS.
Yeah, that was very messy. I think that ball went back and forth there at the ruck about 3 times. I think the referee was struggling to see what was going on, but also out here with the ball. And interestingly, the Black Lion didn't go for that kick there, didn't go for the post, which I thought was an interesting call, but you know, they're obviously trying to keep that ball and play down the LUSITANOS end of the field as much as possible, but they've given up possession here, so LUSITANOS have got another.
Time is off. Peter Martin just getting assistance from Johnny Erskine.
3 minutes.
Georgi Babunashvili getting a bit of cramp.
10 off. 10.
So we do know that LUSITANOS, they can score from anywhere, and now is the opportunity for LUSITANOS to make history with one last attempt. And they've got to go about 60 meters here, but they have the weaponry to do it. Cornelius. Solid line out to Marsh Appleton with the skip pass for Botella. Rodrigo Mata almost coughs it up, and he's still going into the Black Lion. And this time it's Vasco Baptista. And the ball's been spilled forward, and the Black Lion doing what they do so well.
Knocked it on.
Yeah, some nice defence there. You can see some really hard lines coming off the ruck there for LUSITANOS, but some nice tackles and just doing enough there to put that ball on.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Very, very, very good play.
Let's go.
It's an area where they've really dominated Black Lion.
Set.
The scrum. Georgi Begadze with the feed, and here comes the massive shove from the Black Lion. And it really sums up the game. And Akaki Tabuzadze, and we haven't seen a lot of him, but in the Super Cup he has scored 5 tries, all 5 tries coming against the Tel Aviv Heat. And 80 minutes is up.
Red under pressure. No.
He'll come back for the penalty.
Red claps under pressure.
And is there still time on Peter Martin's watch? 1 minute is the call.
We could see there again, even as the subs come onto the field here, replacements come on. Black Lion scrums are extremely dominant.
5 minutes left.
There was really nothing that Lusitanos could do to stop that drive and forward. I think Black Lion would have liked to just play that ball for the next minute and just try and keep hold of it, but the referees brought back for the advantage and
Samtaradze with the feed. The Black Lion really lucky that time. It was almost a turnover for the Lusitanos. And there could have been some last minute drama. Georgi Bagadze, the veteran at scrum off.
Release red. No release.
And it's another penalty for the Black Lion.
No, 30 seconds. Good call.
There's an opportunity here for Black Lion to end with a delightful finish. So interesting to see what the call is. Samtaradze.
No. Yeah. Leave it red. Leave it. Leave it. Yeah.
Georgi Bagadze, the veteran, kicks it into touch. It is a historic day for Georgia as the Black Lion win the first ever Rugby Europe Super Cup. A glorious day for the Black Lion, not unbeaten this season. It is against Penza in the Eastern Conference, but they won 4 out of 5 games. They were impressive against the Iberians in the semi-final, and then a really impressive performance against the Lusitanos away from home, and they showed so much composure, Adam, in that second half.
They did. They were under a lot of pressure. You know, I think the Lusitanos came out in that second half and really put the best foot forward. But we've seen, as we saw in the first half, the dominance in the scrum and the set piece really played a part in bringing them back into the game here. And they just played the game in the right areas of the field and got some penalties. And yeah, a really, really composed second half from the Black Lion. At times you definitely thought that Lusitanos were on top, but Black Lion were really composed to finish off and get the win here. So awesome stuff.
And it's a good demonstration as well, Adam, with how far Georgian rugby hung. They've got another trophy through their professional club, Black Lion, but they've also won the last 5 Rugby Europe Championships. And if one goes back to the 2003 World Cup in Australia, when they didn't win a single game and suffered heavy defeats, it's so encouraging to see how far they've come in 20 years.
It is, it's fantastic. You know, I think Georgian rugby is in a good place, and we spoke before the game about being a little bit unsure about who was going to come out on top today, and we really saw that the foundations of, I think, Georgian rugby and that tough style, going back to the scrum, going through the line out maul, the way that these guys like to play the game is that real blue collar, tough
mentality, and I think that's really shined through in Georgian rugby and has done over the last 5 or 10 years. I know that whenever Scotland played against Georgia, or whenever a team that I've been played in has played against a Georgian team, that's always what you emphasise. You emphasise the toughness, the power in the scrum, the strength of the players, and that's really what's shown through here today and has led to them getting this win today in the Lisbon Championship.
And great to see superb sportsmanship. Well, LUSITANOS, it must be said, they've also been sensational in the Super Cup. Unbeaten in the pool stages. They scored 43 tries in the season and only conceding 13. It wasn't their day today in the final, but you can bet your bottom dollar that there'll be a team that everybody wants to watch in the next Rugby Europe Super Cup, that's for sure.
Absolutely, they've been an exciting team to watch. They've got some unbelievable rugby players. They score great tries, they're exciting, and that's what people want to watch. When they're watching rugby, they want to see some end-to-end stuff. So they've had a fantastic tournament. They're going to feel hard done by with this loss, and obviously in front of the home crowd as well. So not an easy day for them, but they've shown some great stuff over the last 6 months.
So the one try being scored by LUSITANOS through Manuel Kodos Pinto, who also scored in the semi-final. And then for the Black Lion, it was their big number 8, the 20-year-old Luka Ivanishvili, who has such an exciting future. And then Tengiz Peranadze. And Peranadze, he was really sensational today, Adam, the number 9 from the Black Lion.
Yeah, he was. He controlled the forwards very well. Took his opportunities. Lovely try around the side there, just obviously a few metres out from the line. He's had a fantastic tour. It's someone's name who we've spoken about a lot over the course of all the games. Another person I think to highlight here is Ivanishvili. Huge, powerful number 8. Really took that opportunity in the first half to score early on for the Black Lion team, and he had a couple of really good turnovers and some really powerful carries. So he was really a talisman here for the Black Lion team, and you can see smiles on the faces, all very elated. They'll be extremely happy to have come over to Lisbon and get this win.
Hello, Tomas. Your opinion about the match? Of course, you want to win, but what can you say about the game? Is it fair, the result?
Yeah, I think so. Of course, we were disappointed, but to be honest, we didn't match up to some areas of the game. I thought we let us down on the breakdown, some scrums as well, but definitely the breakdown we couldn't adapt to the referee criteria, and yeah, we struggled on that.
The main point for the game was that one that you talk about right now.
Yeah, for sure. When you want to play a fast game, it's hard when you don't have front football. So if we're struggling on the rucks and we're not getting a quick ball to our number 9, it's impossible to play. So yeah, I think that's where we struggled the most, and that was the most difficult area of the game.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just words from the skipper, Tomas Shackleton, also the skipper of Portugal.
Hi, Patrice. What can you say about the game? Of course, you are disappointed, but is this a fair result?
Yes, the result is a fair result. Yes, maybe. No, the problem for me is to have such an inexperienced referee at that level for a final. Shouldn't exist, honestly. I think we were penalized maybe 20 times, and he has done many mistakes. Sometimes I thought he didn't know well the rules, and it's unacceptable. But what the boys have done is fantastic. We are amateur, and we've done very good things. At the end, we just needed to make a few more passes on the outside, and maybe we could have a chance to win this game.
Do you think that the referee interfered in the result of the game?
Yeah, completely. Because when he gave the yellow card, I can believe me. Their left probe was turning and he was falling on the ground, and our right probe was straight and he was not falling. It was not. But I think he didn't respect us. Honestly, he didn't respect us. He was thinking when he arrived there, he was thinking that they were much better than us, and he has refereed that way. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Patrice.
It's a tough day at the office for LUSITANOS and coach Patrice Lagiske. But one area where they did get some dominance was earlier on with the black lineouts. So De Platze, the outside centre for black line, played in every game of the Super Cup this year. Georgian international and an ex-Georgian under-20. Almost time for the trophy celebrations. Also an incredible result for the black line coach Levan Maesashvili, who about a year ago was fighting for his life against COVID in South Africa. Of course, Georgia went to South Africa to play 2 tests, the second test match getting cancelled, and he recovered and has subsequently won the Rugby Europe Championship with Georgia. And he's also got a Rugby Europe Super Cup to his name. And there is the majestic looking Super Cup trophy. And the referees, Johnny Erskine and Henry Richmond, getting their medals.
You can go. Okay, I'll pass it to Carlos first.
Pode vir, por favor. Venham.
So Tomas Appleton, what a leader, what a player. So Stuart Matios, so the LUSITANOS getting their runner-up medals out here on their home turf. Juan Pelu, number 9. Jason Cornelius, a player from South Africa. Antonio Hindrad. Diogo Rodrigues. Duarte Tugal and Antonio Prim. We had a hard day at the office. The Tide propped the 19-year-old. Pedro Lucas and Nuno Mascarenhas. David Wallace, also a standout player this year. And Manuel Pical, number 7 and the number 6. So all the individuals as part of management also getting their medals. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes. And the LUSITANOS, well, they will be back next season, that's for sure. And now it's time for the winners, the Black Lion of Georgia, Georgi Pegadze, getting the first winner's medal. The veteran, the 36-year-old. Kamaladze has been superb. And the 8-try hero, Shalva Mamukashvili, the hooker. There's the cup. A memorable day for these players. And Akaki Tabuzadze, well, he was well looked after by LUSITANOS this afternoon. And there'll be big celebrations in Lisbon this evening for the Black Lion, and thoroughly deserved. And this is the moment the Black Lion have been waiting for all season. The trophy handover. And the skipper, Murab Sharikadze, is also the Georgian skipper. Proud day for the Insight Centre. So the Black Lion are the first ever Rugby Europe Super Cup champions. Mirab Sharikadze, their captain, raising the trophy. Glorious scenes in Lisbon. And Adam, there'll be some party tonight in Lisbon for the Black Lion.
Oh, absolutely, there will be. They'll be out celebrating, I'm sure. And it's been a long tournament.
obviously spaced out over a good few months, but you can see the joy and just absolutely over the moon. Sprayed champagne. I'm sure they'll be having a good time.
Lovely images these. So Shalva Mamukashvili, the hooker on the right, 8 tries in the Super Cup. Such a brilliant day for these Black Lions players, each wanting to get their chance with the cup, and thanking the support as well. Jayashvili with the trophy. Played in all the Black Lions games, started in all the Black Lions games as well in the Super Cup this year. And to his left, Georgi Babunashvili.
Hi, Coach. Congrats for the win here. What can you say about the game? What was the key point to win this final?
Thank you very much. The game was very tough. It's obvious because final always are very tough. Portugal side played quite good rugby. Was a very good game, and I think we played a little bit better and we won that title.
Now time for the party, of course, but the next year I guess you want to be in the final again and of course to win the trophy.
We'll see.
Okay. We'll see. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Amirab, congrats for the title. How important is that title that you have in your hands for you?
Well, very important. It's a great pleasure. I'm very happy. Team is very happy. We were looking for this. We are looking forward to this, and hopefully this is gonna stay in our country for a long time.
Looking to the game, what can you say about the game? What was the key point to win this game here in Portugal?
The game we can see on the score was a tough game. The Portugal side is a very good side, and final is always tough. You can never win final easily. The key factor was probably, I would say, physicality. So we were more physical than they were, so that won us the game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congrats one more time.
Absolutely delighted. The captain Merab Sharikadze